Masalo barkanmu da warhaka, barkanmu da kasancewa da ku a cikin shirin barka da hantsi. Shirin barka da hantsi shiri ne wanda ke duba abubuwan da ke faruwa a Najeriya da ma faɗin duniya baki ɗaya, wacce ni Farida Sanusi Abubakar zan jarar gamar shirin tare da abokan aiki na.
Abraham Nigeria, good morning.
Musa Abadi, good morning,
An tashi
Farida.
lafiya a gida.
Fine. How was the weekend? Eddie, it's been a while.
Anyway, good morning.
Good to see you. You're looking good as always.
And you too.
To, abubuwa da dama sun ta faruwa a weekend, wadda kuma akwai abubuwan da suka faru a satin da ya gabata, kana kuma abubuwa dai ga sunan dai suna kan faruwa. Amma kafin mu shiga mu duba abubuwan da ke faruwa a Najeriya kana ma da faɗin duniya baki ɗaya, bari mu ɗan je hutun takaitaccen lokaci wadda idan mun dawo shirin namu zai ɗora, a dakacin muna dawa ba da jimawa.
Abin fahari abin sha'awa al'adunmu yau kasar Hausa. Abin fahari abin sha'awa al'adunmu yau kasar Hausa.
Abin fahari abin sha'awa al'adunmu yau kasar Hausa.
Barkanmu da dawowa daga hutun takaitaccen lokaci idan yanzu kuka zo bisa akwatin talabijin in ku kuna kallon shirin barka da hantsi na gidan talabijin na haske maganin duhu. A NNPC da kuma refinery Dangote kullum drama ne kawai sai a hankali. Kana NNPCL sun faɗa cewa sun saya litan mai akan farashi 898 a refinery na Dangote, wadda kuma Dangote ya karyata wannan al'amari cewa shi bai saida musu akan wannan farashin din ba, kana dai bai ambaci farashin da ya saida musu ba.
Well, it is a drama that has been going on for months now, and only God knows when this drama will end. Initially, they said they've not been able to load from this refinery, but over the weekends, we were told that trucks are available and they are loading. The spokesman for NNPCL came out to say they bought a liter at 898 naira per liter. While Dangote Refinery came out to say they didn't sell to them at that price, but they sold to them below the price in which they used to import the liter. So we were all wondering, why can't they just tidy up their statements? This is a statement between a buyer and a seller. At least there is something not true between the buyer and the seller. If the buyer is saying he's buying at 898 and the seller is saying that is not the price, then something is fishy. One of the two or both of them are not saying the truth.
To kuma ka san gashi ba kowa ne zai saya mai a shi refinery Dangote din ba, dole aka ce NNPCL ne kaɗai za su iya saya daga gurin. To ta ina ne gaskiya zai to irin gashi nan a gane cewa ga abin da ke faruwa.
To me, I feel this issue of NNPC and Dangote Group as the refinery is becoming embarrassing. From a denial of crude sale, the Minister of State for Petroleum intervening, and the President ordering that crude should be sold to Dangote and other local refineries in Naira, to now the production. This person is, the buyer is saying we bought at this price, the seller is saying it's not so.
Yeah.
It's becoming embarrassing, and I feel it's a kind of a red flag for potential investors and other people that are interested in the oil value chain. What message are we giving out to the people? And in the end, it's the citizens, it's the masses. The president is the petroleum minister in this country, and this issue keeps coming up, coming down. The drama, it's getting too much and it's getting embarrassing. And I feel it's time it takes responsibility, not ordering that goods should be sold in naira and the rest of it. These issues coming up, this person will talk and the other person will debunk. What's really happening? I feel I agree with AB that there's something fishy and there's something we are not aware of as citizens of this country.
Gaskiya ne. Don mutane da dama idan kai magana yau ka ce a'a Dangote refinery, Dangote refinery, mutane sun fara gajiya da irin maganganun da ke tasowa game da gaskiya ya kamata a ce.
And I think we also need to understand that the present sales, the present fuel that they're lifting is not part of the Naira deal. This was the production of crude in which Dangote said it got in dollars. So from what we heard, the one that was sold to him in Naira, which should be in Naira, we should be expecting it by October. So I think before then, they should tidy up the relationship between themselves. And we are beginning to wonder, NNPCL is not transparent with anything they're doing.
All.
They are not transparent. And we also need to understand what is the agreement that makes it only NNPCL that will buy from Dangote. Is there a kind of, we don't, they say there is no subsidy. So why are they buying it? Why don't they? And they also said the market forces will determine. If market forces will determine, then allow everybody to go there, load, and determine the price according to the international market prices. I think that is just what we need to do.
Kasan kuma da ke ana maganan NNPCL sun fara sayan mai daga refinery na Dangote, to kowa zai tsammanin cewa farashin shi zai sauka ya ragu ne in an je saya. To kana kuma kaga ga irin batun da suke fitarwa cewa su ma an sai musu 898, almost 900 kenan. To nawa kuke tsammanin za a sai muku? To in ma kuna tunanin za ku samu sauki, gara ma ku koma ba maganan sauki kenan. Don to rigakafi yake muku cewa kar ma ku yi tunanin cewa ku zo ku sai mai da sauki.
The truth of the matter is that crude is just one of the little components they use to arrive at this thing. And if you look at every refinery across the world, they are producing at close to $1. At refined PMS, the price ends at close to 0.7 to $1. So there is no way we expect Dangote to produce lower than that, because there are other components that makes everything up, and crude is just one of the components. The only way we can achieve cheaper crude, cheaper PMS, is, well, the naira in crude will reduce the price, but it doesn't change anything. The only way we can get cheaper crude is one, cheaper PMS is either it is subsidized or our refineries are working and then they produce and sell to Nigerians at a subsidized rate. Anything apart from that, we will buy, as long as a dollar is about 1,500, we will buy fuel nothing less than 1,000 naira. That is just the truth. The past, when they were saying Dangote comes, if you look at every time, the price of naira will determine the price of fuel. So government is either they ensure that the naira to dollar difference reduces, so that at the end of the day, when it is produced, it is local production, but I'm telling you, it is an international product. It is just like saying that the price of maize will come down. It will not come down. It will not. So the only thing that can solve this thing is a form of subsidy, and our refineries must work.
But I feel someone is paying something somewhere.
So yes,
because the government says subsidy is gone.
Good.
And from the official landing cost of petrol is over 1,000. And you are now selling 890 something. So who is paying for the rest?
I don't know. Maybe there's a Father Christmas somewhere that is cool. They should just just come out. You can't sustain this no subsidy. Let's just go back to where we were before and then begin afresh.
Yes, and I feel maybe then what the issue of subsidy was NNPC was paying for petrol products that has not even been supplied. So if only the government will observe due diligence, only persons that brought product and subsidy should be paid. I feel it can be sustained. And that's the way it should go. All over the country, all over the world, countries subsidize certain things for their citizens.
Yes, they do.
Because the cost of petrol affects almost everything.
Because of our power.
Yes, power and cost of transportation. Now that people were smiling, saying, products are now coming from the farm, and maize will at least be affordable and the rest of it. Now petroleum have gone to the roof again. Definitely the farmer trying to bring in out the cost of transportation will affect the overall cost of the maize. So government should look into it.
Gaskiya in ba an duba ba kam za a ci gaba da shan wahala ne kawai. Wahalan ma yanzu ba karamin koka ake yi ballantana wadda za a ƙara fuskanta kan ko ci an riga an fara ma fuskanta. To, rahotonmu na gaba, jihar Edo za su yi zaɓe ranar Saturday, ya kama 21 ga watan Satumba, shekarar 2024 kenan. Ɗan takarar PDP, Aswe, ya ƙi ya sa hannu na peace din nan a court, wadda hakan din ne zai ba da tabbacin cewa idan an tashi yin zaɓe za a yi shi cikin kwanciyar hankali. In ka san yawanci kowane ɗan takara yana da kyau ya sa hannun, kuma doka ne ma ya je ya sa hannun domin tabbacin cewa za a yi zaɓe cikin kwanciyar hankali. To duk da shi wai yana da nashi dalilan da dai sauransu.
Well, we are all looking forward to Saturday, 21st September 2024 for the governorship election in Edo State. But the People's Democratic Party and their candidate Aso Ighodalo gave certain conditions before they will sign the peace accord. That's by the National Peace Committee led by Abdulsalam. The peace accord is not a legal document, but it's a sort of moral persuasion. When parties and candidates in elections sign, they commit to it. It's a kind of, it persuades them morally, and when even the supporters sees them shaking hands, hugging themselves, it sends a signal and kind of those tension. But this case that we're having a party and a candidate not signing because of certain conditions, I feel since they've mentioned the issues, the IG should act on them. They said their supporters are being arrested and weeks away from Edo to Abuja and the rest of it. So the police is not neutral, so they will not oblige, they will not sign the peace accord. And I feel it's not right for police to pick up citizens like this and keep them for certain number of days without charging them to the court and the rest of it. So in the end, it's the citizens. You could remember when the deputy governor to the incumbent governor, Obaseki, came to Edo State after getting a judgment and that he's still the deputy governor by the court. When he was coming to Benin, he was accompanied by the APC candidate, Senator Monday Okpebholo. And oddly, Monday Okpebholo was shot and he died, a police inspector. Till today, no arrest has been made. So in the end, it's the citizens, it's the masses. And now that there is this tension in Edo, we don't even know what to expect on Saturday. Will people come out to vote? What will happen? If still these issues are lingering, they are saying the police is not neutral, these people will not sign, and there are already pockets of violence here and there. Should this happen in every election cycle?
Well, to me, signing a peace accord does not change anything, because all the states where peace accord was signed in the past, the politicians still find a way not to maintain peace. Another thing is there is a legal document that binds every one of us that is superior to everything, the Constitution. And the Constitution talks about respect for another, peaceful conduct of election. So I don't think any right-thinking person needs to sign another accord before he knows the election needs to be free and fair without violence. Politicians have a way of creating tension, whether for or against. And the people of Edo should understand that they should not continue in this, they should not continue taking this step of violence every time. They will never get the best out of governance. Let me take you through a brief history of Edo recently. When Obaseki came in, he was in APC. For months, the House of Assembly was suspended. They didn't sit for months, close to 2 years, they didn't sit. He went to PDP. They had other issues. The House couldn't sit. There was no governance, nothing here and there. Now later himself and the deputy, they had serious issues for years, for months again, nothing was. Now, how do you get the best out of leadership if you continue in this thing? So now they have to sit up. The politicians will always be politicians, even if they hug themselves. The signal they send to their the signal they send to their followers is clear. I might hug you on TV, and I'll tell you behind back, don't allow them to gather in that area. Go and destroy this signboard. Go and destroy that. So the thing is, and they must be held responsible. Those that are caught in violence, they must be held responsible. That's the only thing that will change this. Without that, everybody just say, they did it in social place. Why? And there's this thing. If the police, who is always at the end of it all, if the police come now and say, okay, we are arresting you for this, if they say, the police is not neutral. The other side too will say the police is not neutral. Now, what do you want the police to do when the two of you don't want to live in peace?
Gaskiya to a inda ma ya zama na cewa ana yin abubuwan da ya dace, akwai haɗin kan ma yaya aka kare in dai har ya zo ta ɓangaren siyasa ne, ballantana a ce ire-iren waɗannan abubuwa suna faruwa ba tun yau ba, ba tun jiya ba, an kwana biyu ana haka. Dole ne kawai a zauna a daidaita abun da ya dace saboda ci gaban ƙasa. Domin ire-iren tashin hankula irin wannan koma baya ne ma jiha, koma baya ne ma al'umman wannan jiha, ba ma jihan kaɗai ba, because yanzu da muke magana mu ba 'yan jihan ba ne, amma kuma abun dole ne zai taɓa ka, kana jin zafin shi. Sannan kuma koma baya ne ma ƙasa, kuma koma baya ne ma tattalin arzikin ƙasa gabaki ɗaya da tattalin arzikin jiha. Ya kamata a ce a yi abubuwan da ya dace. In abubuwan da ya shafi siyasa ne, akwai dokokinta wanda ya dace a ce ana bi. Idan har aka gyara ire-iren waɗannan abubuwa, gaskiya komai zai daidaita, amma ba gyara ba kam an dinga ci baya kenan.
Well, the police said they are neutral, so we just pray that the election will be peaceful, free and fair, and the citizens of Edo will come out and vote the person they want.
Dubai ta turo da kayayyakin tallafi na relief kenan na ambaliyan ruwan da Najeriya ta fuskanta. Wadda nema sun karɓa da kuma National Security Advisor wato Nuhu Rebado kenan. Kana kuma kasan ba wai ko kayan an kai shi Maiduguri ne kaɗai ba, duk da akwai wasu jihohi da suka fuskanci ambaliyar ruwa, amma kuma na Maiduguri ya fi nasu ƙarfi sosai.
Well, it's commendable and we must appreciate the government of United Arab Emirates for thinking of us at this time, because the floods, most especially in Maiduguri, was so devastating, and the people need all the support and all the help they can get. We really appreciate them, and we are hopeful that the National Emergency Management Agency and government representatives would ensure that these relief materials get to the persons that needed them most. Definitely.
Kana mutanen mu, don ce mutanen Haske sun kai ziyara Maiduguri saboda yadda za su duba aftermath ɗin na flooding ɗin, wadda kuma gaskiya idan har aka ce kasan a wasu wuraren yawanci za ka samu ambaliyar ruwa ya ci kayayyakin tallafin da ya kamata a kai ma waɗanda abun ya shafe su ba sa samun ire-iren tallafin, sai a je a ɗauka a ba mu wanda ma kwata-kwata abun bai affecting nashi ba. Sannan kuma abu ne mai kyau in a ce kaman Dubai za ta yi tunanin cewa ta turo da tallafi ma waɗanda wannan ambaliyar ruwan ya shafa, to ina ga tallafin da ake bayarwa a nan gida Najeriya, wadda wani lokaci za ka samu an ba da tallafi tun na shekara 2 wai sai wannan karo zai iso, ko kuma tun na wancan shekara sai wannan shekaran ɗin, wannan shekaran ma a ƙarshe kafin nan a ba da wannan tallafin. To ire-iren shi kaga koma baya ne gaskiya, kuma an tashi ba wai wanda abun ya shafa za a ɗauka a ba ba wanda bai shafa ba ne. Idan har aka ce wakilan da aka naɗa ko kuma waɗanda suka samu waɗannan tallafin domin raba ma waɗanda ya dace, idan har Allah ya sa suka ba ma waɗanda ya dace, to gaskiya alhamdulillah za mu ce zai kawo sauƙi da kuma sassauci ga waɗanda abun ɗin ya shafa. Ina saurare.
Well, the major thing is it should get to those that need it on time. That is the only thing we'll ask for. It makes no sense we getting these relief materials and at the end of the day it doesn't get to those that need it. So we are appealing to NEMA and other Nigerians that will be in charge of the distribution. They should ensure that those in need get this thing as soon as possible.
Don abun zai baka tausayi in ka ga yanda wasu har yau ma ba su ga 'yan uwansu ba. Domin abun ya yi tsamari fa, zan ce na jima ban ga ambaliyar ruwan da ya yi ƙarfi in dai a Najeriya ne kamar na wannan karon. To ana wata kusan zan ce ga wata. An sha ba da palliative ma 'yan Najeriya, an ba ma gwamnoni, an yi wa wanda a yanzu ministoci sun yi magana akan cewa a'a gwamnonin da ake ba ma ba sa ba ma waɗanda ya dace, waye. Hakan ya sa shi da kanshi president Bola Tinubu ya ba su buhunan kayan hatsi, zan ce guda 1,200 kuma kowane minista domin ya je ya raba ma waɗanda ya dace, kuma an ce yana da kyau a rabawa dattabai, ba zan ce tsoffi ba, dattabai ya kamata su raba ma. Kaji wannan sabuwar al'amari.
Well, it sounds somehow that Nigeria is becoming a palliative dependent country. Whatsoever happens, flood happens, the victims are given rice. After protests, the victims are given rice. Or you complain of bad governance, you are being given rice. There's a way is it turning Nigerians to beggars or some low life? I don't really understand.
Well, the truth is that the most stable food in Nigeria now is rice. That is just it. Rice is what everybody consumes now. So definitely the easiest thing to give to them is rice. Like I know if you give maize to a southeasterner or a southwesterner, they will hardly know what to do with it in the immediate term. And they don't need any processing for it. But rice is something that everywhere you just pour it inside water and you cook. But that being said, it shows that there's something fundamentally wrong with the economy. That we are now living in a palliative economy, which shows that we are going through a lot. Palliative was a word that came into Nigeria just a few years ago, and when we heard it, a lot of people didn't know the meaning. But now I can tell you that even the oldest woman in the village knows palliative. So that means that there's something wrong. We are getting under. The weight of the economy is on everybody, and everybody needs help. But the most important thing, will this help get to those that need it? Because we've seen situations whereby it gets to the local government and it does not get to the end user. So it is the process. No matter how you give it to, if the process still remains the same, we will still have the same result. The minister won't share it by himself. He will share it through some channels. And it is these same channels that have been doing distribution before now. The thing is that until we begin to hold people responsible, until we begin, because I'm telling you as a leader, it is very hard for you to get things done without people. And the people you trust are the ones that will still take these things behind your back, sell it, and tell you that it has been given to those that deserve it.
To kuma kaga irin shi ne wadda suka koka an ba ma gwamnoni bai isa ga gwamnoni su ma ba za su raba ba da kansu, dole ne sai sun ba wa mukarrabai wadda za su je su rarraba. To same thing, kuma kun yi magana cewa gwamnoni gashi nan ko to an bayar, su ma ministoci za su raba da kansu ne ko za a sake ba ma waɗanda za su raba. To Allah ya sa waɗanda za a ba man ɗin su je su kai shi ga waɗanda ya kamata su ci gajiya ko kuma albarkacin wannan tallafi ɗin.
Another thing again that we should know, when they say they share rice, how many bags?
1,200.
1,200 bags. A minister is one minister to a state, right? Now in the state and in Taraba we're about 2 million. If you share 1,200 bags in Taraba state, nobody would know that you share anything. So sometimes when they
are targeting the elderly this time.
Now in Taraba, how many elderly do we have? I'm telling you, not even 100,000 bags. The thing is that they make this thing sound like it's something is a big deal. That is why they are getting into problems. You want to share 1,200 bags in a state, it will not get anywhere. Even in this area alone, if you share 1,200 bags, some people will still not get. So when they begin to make media, begin to make noise over 1,200, they are setting themselves up for failure. The other time they say 20,000.
20 trucks.
20 trucks. A truck contains about 600 bags. 600 times 20 is how many?
1,200.
1,200 bags. Now people will say they have sent trucks to them. It is not enough. The government should fix the economy. Even if you send the whole rice that we give to the Federation to Taraba, it will not be enough. They need to fix the economy. Enough of this palliative economy. That is just it.
Well, and there is this issue of commitment. You and I know that if government really wants to rice to get to everyone, it will. That's the rice that they are distributing. We've seen severally the governor of Borno said himself going to IDP camps, sharing rice himself, sharing cash himself to each and every person.
But the truth of the matter is a waste of government time for a governor to be sharing rice. The time that he's supposed to use to do other things. Then why do we have civil service? Why do you have other these things? If the governor will still have to go and be sharing rice.
To yana da tabbacin cewa bai zai isa musu ba, dole sai ya tsaya ya bayar da kanshi.
See, it's a waste of time. Give it to those that are supposed to give to. If they don't share it, it should ensure that they go to jail for it. Simple.
Akwai wani coincidence da ya faru a nan Jalingo College of Agric. Governor ya je ya kai ziyara gurin don an ba da contract na gyare-gyare a gurin, wadda hakan ya sa ya ba da kuɗaɗe masu yawa, ya ce a raba ma student, ko kuma in ce ya ce mata ne masu karɓa, wadda da aka ba wa waɗanda za su raba musu sai suka yi sama da faɗi da shi. Hakan ya sa wani zuwan shi da ya yi sai ɗau kuɗin domin yana da tabbacin cewa ba a raban ba, ya ɗauka ya ce su naɗa shugaba a cikin su matan ɗin a hostel. Suka naɗa shugaban, ya ɗauki kuɗin ya ba ta ta tabbatar ta raba ma duk wanda za a raba. Kaga duk da haka shi ya yi nashi, ko ba haka ba, saura naka domin kuwa an ɓalle kofar ta an je an bashi kuɗi a gurinta. To kaga ire-iren su kawai sai dai kawai Allah ya iyan mana domin duk yadda za ka yi.
Those people are getting away with things.
The question is that the person they gave the money in the first, did they charge him to?
That's the problem. People get away with almost everything.
So the next person will say, that person got away with it.
So wannan da a ce kamar yadda in wani ya rawa aka ba shi kuɗi, wani in yayi da kuɗin, to wani zai ce kai watakila farawar na za a ban kuɗi ko kuma zan sha duka, kaga zai samu kokonto. To amma kowa ya rawa kuɗin ake wasa mishi, that means duk abin da ka kwata za ka tafi da shi ba tare da an hukunta ka ba. To me zai hana wannan sai ce to wancan ai ya ci banza, to ni ma bari in zo in ci.
There should be consequences for action.
Ya kamata gaskiya. A gurguje duba da yanayin lokaci, kai lokaci ya riga ya yi. Sai dai kawai in faɗe shi a hanzarce. A national news an yi, akwai harbin bindiga wadda aka yi a Gulf Estate na Donald Trump. So wadda hakan za a iya cewa an kai mishi hari ne ko kuma dai kusan dai hakan ɗin ne, domin ba a yanzu ya faru ba, wancan karo da ya fita campaign makamancin haka ya faru. So a gurguje lokaci ya riga ya yi.
Well, the way spent it is as if it's only Africa and Nigeria are having violence during election. I think this is the second attempt on Donald Trump's life. We are all waiting and let's see the outcome of the investigation and let the election come in November. See who becomes the US president.
Well, the person has been arrested, and both the state of Florida and the FBI are investigating the matter. Well, I believe in a couple of days we should have more information on what's happened.
To Allah ya kawo mana sauki al'amarin da ke faruwa a duniya baki ɗaya. Masu kallo da wannan muka ƙarshen shirin namu, sai dai ku tara da mu gobe da safe idan Allah ya kai mu. A madadin wanda suka taimaka shirin ya zo gare ku, ni Farida Samisa Abubakar wacce na gabatar tare da abokan aiki na.
Musa Agbadu, have a great day.
Abraham Manajura, have a wonderful week.
abin fahari abin